Yo, what is going on? This is the DFS Shark, and we are back with another day of some NBA hoops. We're going to be going over my top 2 plays today, and then 3 plays that I may be throwing in some lineups later, especially with the tacos. We'll kind of look over that and see where I'm at. But before we get started, I wanted to throw this up on the screen. If you've never played Prizepicks before, drop that promo code in there, and they're going to hook you up with a 100% match deposit bonus. So if you throw in 100, they'll give you 100. If you throw in 50, they'll give you 50. Prizepicks is a great spot to get started, but if you want to have additional lines, if you want to have additional discounts, Chalkboard is a spot, man. They give away 3 to 4 discounts again yesterday. That makes probably over the last 5 days, it's probably been about like 10 to 15 discounts they've given. Every single day they're giving what's called anchor lines, and you can get these players on extreme discounts, right? You just got to find a couple of players to pair them up with. But Chalkboard has been one of my absolute favorites when it comes to building lines because they have a lot of lines that a lot of sites don't even offer. You can actually adjust lines and alternate lines. But same thing with them, man. Drop in that code SHARK and they're going to hook you up with that 100% match deposit bonus. But I want to jump into yesterday's recap and yesterday's play. So this was yesterday's play that we went over in the video here. You can see we just missed here, man. We hit on Paul George and Tyus Jones just couldn't get it going, man. He had a slow start. Usually when you have lines like this, they get that slow start in the first quarter. A lot of times you're going to be done because he had like 1 assist. And it's just hard to overcome that, especially because a lot of times they sit a good part of the second quarter until they play the last, 5 to 6 minutes. So you really need a strong start in those overs. We didn't get that. Paul George we were able to hit, but ultimately this was a losing lineup. And if you've been watching this channel, you know I always show wins and losses. I always go over my top plays when it comes to the free plays that I'm giving, and then I go over all the premium plays. If you wanted to jump in the premium, we're sharing lines every single day in there. And this is the recap yesterday, man. It wasn't a pretty day, I'll tell you that. We did cash on underdog. We went 1 for 3, but this was the discounted LeBron line, which we missed. So the max was 10 on that line. So my average play usually is between 20 to 25. So we were able to cash on underdog slightly, not a huge cash, right? Prizepicks, which we've been red hot on. We lost yesterday though. We won 5 of our last 7 nights on Prizepicks. But you're going to take L's some nights. That's just the way it goes, right? It's the way it rolls. Chalkboard, we went 1 for 3, so we were able to recoup some of our losses here, but not much, man. We had some really bad beats. We had Dame in a lineup. We had under 3.5 3-pointers, and then Giannis got ruled out like an hour after that. So that pretty much killed that line. He ended up hitting 4 threes. But yeah, every single video I'm going to be sharing this, just so y'all get some insight to what it's really like. You're not always going to win every day. You're going to have hot streaks, very hot streaks. You're going to have very cold streaks. And then you're going to have a lot of days where you're just back and forth, right? It seems like you can't get nothing consistent going. And that's just the way it rolls, man. That's the way it rolls with sports betting. That's the reality, right? You're not going to win over 80, 90% of the time, especially with these plays. You're doing 2-man plays. You're doing 3-man plays. You have to really think about that. You have to hit 2 or 3 of the same plays in the same lineup, so it can get tough, but you just want to keep choosing strong plays and just follow the system and stick to it, right? But let's get into the plays for today. But let's get into the plays of the day. These are the plays that I'm going to be rolling with, right? So we're going to be going Olynyk here. Poeto is going to be out for the game, and they actually brought his line down, right? We were able to get 8.5 rebounds, and they brought it down to 8 now. So a lot of people must have been hitting that under here. You can see, so it doesn't tell the whole story with Poeto when you look at outlier, right? You can see the spread on this game first. They're a plus 8.5 at home, so there is potential here with the Pelicans. Pelicans could possibly blow them out, which is the reason why I'm liking this play. But Poeto, looking at his stats and trends, these obviously he's going under because Poeto's been in, right? So Poeto's going to be out this game. So Olynyk is going to get increased minutes, right? But even with those increased minutes, I still feel like his numbers set a little too high going up against a tough defense who you can see the Pelicans are ranked number 8th in the league when it comes to rebounds allowed. I feel like it's set a little too high, right? Because if you go back to, let's even go back to for the season, right? He hasn't played a lot of minutes, though. He's only averaged 20. I expect him to probably play, I would say he would possibly play over 30, right? But if we go back to last season where he was playing more minutes, right? You can see all of last season, he averaged about 28 minutes a game. He only averaged 6.2 rebounds a game. So he's not a huge rebounder, right? He's not a huge rebound guy. And this is the blowout potential here. I'm liking this play on Olenek. And we can see some of the spreads here, or some of the lines that the odds makers have, right? So we got DraftKings minus 130, all the books minus 130 and up. So they're liking Olenek to stay under this line as well. And those are the sides you always want to be on. So we're going to be locking in Olenek as our top play of the day. Let's dive into number fire here and see what they have him at. So they have him at 8 rebounds. So they have him going under this line as well, and then right at 8. So if you're able to get that line at 8, you're going to begin to push there. But yeah, Olenek's going to be that top play for me. Let's dive into my next play. It's going to be DeJounte Murray. We're going to be going Trae Young still out here, but even with Trae Young, I'm going to be going on an under here on DeJounte Murray. I got under 8.5 assists. Yeah, so the line has been actually completely removed. They have a couple of demons and goblin lines here, right? But 8.5 is going to be the line here. If you're able to get this on chalkboard, this would be a good play. You could possibly even adjust the line. But I'm liking DeJounte Murray to stay under here, right? He has a tough matchup against the Knicks, who, if you can see, they're 9th in the league when it comes to assists allowed against point guards. They're 11th against shooting guards. They're 10th. So depending on where they have them, right, DeJounte Murray is going to be a solid play here on the under. He has been hitting this line pretty hard, right, recently, right? Last 3 or 4, he's crushed this line. But the reason I'm liking this play is the Knicks are a really solid defense, right? It is a close spread in this one. I believe it's like a -2 plus 2.5. But all the odds makers have DeJounte Murray on the under on this, so I'm liking that side. He's already played heavy minutes with and without Trae Young, right? He's already playing 30 plus. So you can see head-to-head here, they've had 2 matchups versus the Knicks this year. He's gone under both, and he's still played 32 plus minutes and 34 here. So not like he's getting a big boost of minutes because Trae Young is out, right? He's already playing heavy minutes. And you can see with Trae Young, there was games where he was actually playing more minutes, right? 41, 39. And he's only been playing around 31 to 34. But DeJounte Murray, this is going to be the play that I am rolling with. And if we dive into number fire here, they have him at 7.1 assists. Right, they have him at 7.1 assists. So this is a solid play here, man. It's a huge number. He's gonna need to get 9 assists against a tough defense. I'm gonna be rolling with DeJounte Murray on this one. And then for my next 3 plays, let's see who we got. Evan Mobley, who has been just a beast since he's came back from his injury. This is the play I really like, and if this line's still there, I'm gonna possibly put this one in later. It actually bumped up to 10 here. So, but you can see over his last 5, he's been crushing this line lately in double digits in all of his last 3 games. And then he just missed here at 9, and then 6 here, right? But he's starting to play heavy minutes again. He's starting to log a lot of minutes, so I'm liking Mobley here. Another play I'm liking is Nembhard under 10.5 points. You can see his last 3, he's just been staying under this line pretty steady against Dallas. They aren't the strongest defense, but I'm liking Nembhard to stay under this 10.5 line here. And then for the last play, I like Dorian Finney-Smith, PRA under 17.5 right here. Playing Philly, he's gone over this line 3 out of his last 2, but this is a solid line as well that I'm going to be looking at more throughout the day. If it's still there, if the line's still there, I'm going to consider putting it in. But I'll give you these 3 plays just so if you want to maybe create a 5-man slip or something like that. These are all plays that when I do my breakdown, I throw all these plays in a spreadsheet, and these are the next 3 that just missed the cut, right? They just missed being a play. So it all depends. Sometimes later in the day when I come back to whenever we get more lines, I throw these in slips if they're still there. Sometimes I may even find better plays based on what happens throughout the day, right? So that's why I like to share these with you, just so you have some insight on some additional plays if you do want them. But that's going to be it for the plays. Remember, if you want to get on Chalkboard, to drop that code in SHARK at checkout, they're going to hook you up with that 100% match. And also, if you want to drop me some likes, some comments, if you like these type of videos, me kind of diving in, giving you my breakdown on why I like the play, so you can have a lot of confidence when you're putting the play in, right? You're not just throwing some random plays. You're actually getting some insight on why I'm liking it, what the odds makers are saying, what the lines are at, and everything like that. So drop a like, drop a comment. Let's try to push for 50 plus likes. We missed it last video. I think I was going for 60 last video, but we missed that. But let's try to run it up again on some likes. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Y'all have a great rest of the day. Take care.